Oh my goodness gracious. Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am so sorry about that. That was scary. Okay. Allergies. Hashtag spring allergies. I noticed in my rants that I tend to get a little political, and I really didn't want them to be like, oh god, listen, what are you doing tonight? I didn't exactly want it to be like super political. I mean, yeah, I wanted to state some of my opinions about what's happening, but I didn't really want it to go into like, Hannah's right, everybody else is wrong mode. That's not okay. So today we're going to be a little bit lighter. I know they had some people, shut up, filming here. So I know some people really wanted me to talk about the, going on in Baltimore. And quite honestly, it's a tricky subject. It really, really is. I'm just going to say this. There is a problem. It needs to be worked on. We can't just keep thinking that all of these cops are pretty little angels, because they're really not. In a big group, in a group as big as like police, politicians, stuff like that, you're gonna get some really bad eggs, and people just need to accept that just because they're police doesn't mean they're these super perfect humans. Like, and please, I mean, I'm not being racist because it is white people who post this. White people who are posting these super rude things on social media is just unreal. It is uncalled for. Calling them thugs, uncalled for. Thugs, I don't care what you say, is so offensive. I don't care what people are doing. Do not call them thugs. And the fact that the thing from CNN where more white people get shot down by police than black people, you know, it doesn't always have to be about you. It really freaking doesn't. Sometimes there are fights that you just need to maybe help others in. You don't need to be like, oh, white people, they're just getting shot too. It's like, sweetie, it's not all about you. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. It just makes me mad. There needs to be something done. I don't think hurting innocent businesses was the way to go. But it just escalated. It just escalated. There just needs to be some changes soon. By the way, this is a s'mores frappuccino, and it's really good. What is up? Something thick and tasty just came in my mouth. Shut up. It's good. That's really freaking good. Lighter note, Rant to be like story time. Because, I don't know, weird things happen in my life, and I do have a blog to write out like my embarrassing moments, but sometimes I just can't put them into written word, or they're just too short of a story for me to just like plop it onto like a Word document. So today I wanted to talk about how I beat my bully. Now I know how, like, everyone has had a bully at some point or another, or in one phase of their life, whether it was in high school, middle school, elementary school, even or even like now in everyday adult life. I mean, I recently had bullies. Like last year I had 3 people who just made my life a living hell, and they had no remorse for it. And it was so hard because I worked so hard at what I was doing, and all they would do is like bully me and say these nasty things about me when all I did was do all of their work. I don't want to get into it. I'm trying to make it water under the bridge, but you know how there's just some things where they just get to you. Enough on that subject. Anyway, my absolute first bully was when I moved from private school to public school. I used to go to a Christian school. Oh my gosh, this truck is so slow! Good freaking Lord. I didn't take my medicine this morning. Oh goodness, y'all are gonna have a good time watching me drive without my medicine. Ooh. So I had a bully, and I had just made it to public school, I kind of decided with my parents that I wanted to go to public school because private school, number one, was financially draining for my parents. We couldn't do fun things like vacations. They had to pay for my tuition. And number two, I felt like I knew back in those days that I had a lot of issues with math, and I felt like I could possibly have better opportunities to get help in a more public school system, which I will say I did, but, you know, same thing. But I do not regret going to public school. It taught me a lot about life, and it taught me to be the girl I am today, and I'm really proud of it. Anyway, there were these two girls. Let's just call them Melinda and Belinda. So, they used to pick on me in 6th grade. I wore a shirt that said, I love nerds, and it had like the little nerds candy on it. And they were like, we're offended. We're gonna tell the principal that how offended we are by your t-shirt. And I'm like, dude, I'm in 6th grade. I have like a Jufro going on. I just like this shirt because, I don't know, I was into weird stuff like Pokemon. Like, I just wanted a shirt that said, I love nerds. And they would just, like, harass me and, like, point out all my flaws. Or, like, if I have dandruff, they're like, oh my god, why do you have lice? It's like, dude, I'm like 12. I don't know anything about life. I just came from a little public school. I don't even know what the F word is. I don't even know how anything in this world works. I'm just, like, this sweet little angel that is pushed into the lion's den. Hallelujah. So, of course, middle school comes around. And guess who has the last name right after me? Belinda. So, I got rid of Melinda for a little while, but Belinda sat right next to me in homeroom every single year because we had the same last name-ish. So, our first period was freaking gym. We had gym together. And of course, I have really white legs, by the way. They reflect the sun. I am half vampire, and I am not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. Well, I have super white legs, but then I have super dark hair because I got a little Mexicana in me. So I have like holes in my legs. And back then, I didn't know how to shave. Like I said, I was what, 13 by now? I still didn't know what the F word meant. I still didn't know, like, I didn't know anything about anything. Everything was so curious to me. I didn't know what anything was. I was just a child. I was a baby. I was just a baby. So this girl would taunt me so bad. She would do nothing but taunt me and ask me all these questions about my life. And, like, they weren't, like, nice questions, but, like, hey, what's going on at home and stuff like that. They're, like, mean questions, like, do you know how to use a hair straightener? Like, have you ever heard of a hair straightener? Or she'd say mean things like, do you have a crush on that guy over there? I'm gonna tell him you have a crush on him. Why are your legs so white? Do you even know what the sun is? Like, she was just so freaking rude. And it got to the point where it's like, I would tell my mom, and there was really nothing you can do. I mean, this girl was directly just affecting my life in a negative way. One day, we were in gym class, and I was super good at basketball, like, pro baller, like, oh yeah, I was good at basketball. Don't get me wrong, my, like, asthma would kick in, and I'd have to take, like, 20 breaks, but I was the queen of basketball, and the day that we played basketball in freaking gym was the best day of my life. I'm just saying, it just was. I mean, better than line dancing. They had so many words I never heard of. Mustang Sally, what is? I didn't know how to friggin' promenade. Yeah, I think it was like a sin at my old school. I thought I was gonna go to hell for doing the freaking kickball chain. So, of course, we were playing basketball, and me and Belinda happened to be on the same team because, you know, freaking last names. Thanks. Alphabet system, you have let us down again. Wait, where am I? This looks unfamiliar. Did I take a weird turn? Oh no, I'm in the right spot. I'm in the right spot. Right? We were playing, and I was going to slap the ball out of this girl's hand who was going to make a basket. She like jumped to make the basket, and I jumped to hit it out of her hand. And as I jumped, Belinda was right behind me. And my nail, this nail, the middle nail, ironic, right? The middle nail went into her eye, cut her contact in half, straight in half. I saw it. And she started crying. She fell to the floor and she started crying, and she had to be taken to the principal's office or the nurse's office. Okay, what are you doing? You're gonna, oh, okay. So she went to the nurse's office, and it was this big thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just killed the person that I hate the most in this world. And she came back, and she was like all crying and stuff, and she was like, ooh, burp. She was like, you split my contact in half. I was like, I'm sorry? You were behind me? I didn't see you? Like, she was like, my mom wanted to get your mom to pay for my contacts, but she didn't. I was like, okay. Like, I don't see the point. Number one, it was an accident. Number two, you were behind me. You knew what I was doing. It was pretty obvious. I was going to put my hand back to hit the ball. What else would I have been doing? Like, you were behind me. I didn't know you were there. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Anyway, never bothered me since. After that, Belinda was so quiet. Didn't say another stupid word. Now she would like complain about her contact. Oh my god, my contact. Oh my god, my eye hurts so bad. It was just so insane because the contact literally split right in half. Like my nail cut that thing like a piece of butter. It was crazy. Ninja. It was the most ninja moment of my life. Other than the time that I dropped the freaking knife and it fell into the floor and upright. That was pretty ninja. I'll have a picture. Proud day. It was actually an accident. I was making a sandwich. So that's how I beat my bully. If y'all have a funny like bully story, because you know, I know bullying can be kind of like a hard thing to talk about because it kind of points out your insecurities, and it's just not okay. Bullying is never okay, and for some reason the kids who get bullied get a lot more flack than the kids who are actually bullying, and it's never okay. And there needs to be more regulations in that, and everyone knows that. I'm just singing the same with the choir. I'm just saying. But if you have a funny story about like a bully that you overcame, or that like something weird happened with, just let me know. Nothing too, but I will say something, you guys. Karma is real. I don't care what religion you are. Karma is real. Every bully that I've had, especially recently in my adult life, has gotten theirs. Much worse than I have ever gotten mine. So, I kind of have learned over the years just to let karma work its magic. It's so much easier and less time consuming. Like, just let it do it. It's the best form of anything. And if you're wondering about the trash bag in the back of my car, like in my back seat, that's a whole bunch of old clothes I'm throwing out. I'm really proud of myself. I have like a hoarding problem. You know what? I wouldn't call it a hoarding problem, because hoarders have this issue where they can't let go of silly things like Burger King wrappers, or like newspapers, like every newspaper for like the whole year, or like different things that mean nothing, or just like when you look at it you don't see anything of importance, but then they're like, oh, but this piece of paper, which that's sickness. But for me, it's like pieces of clothing that it's like, oh, I went on my first date with this. I went on my first date with this shirt. I don't want to get rid of it. Or like, oh, me and my friends went to friggin' Taco Bell that one time and it was so fun in this shirt. And you know, I mean, that is kind of hoarder, I guess. But I'm starting to learn that, like, I'm not going to fit in the same clothes I fit in high school. And even if there comes a day where I lose all the weight that I keep talking about, I'm going to want to buy new clothes. Like, I'm not going to want to wear all my old clothes from, like, middle school. Who does that? Like, I keep on my old t-shirts because I just have to. I'm thinking about getting a quilt made with them because none of them fit me. But I really love them, and, like, I don't know, they're so nostalgic. I've been to so many camps. I've been in choir for 8 years of my life, and I just love all of my t-shirts. I can't get rid of them. I was in 4-H. It's more than just plows and cows. But I will eventually get someone to make me a quilt out of them, but for now, they're just accumulating in my room and taking up space from clothes that I buy at Old Navy. I literally bought so much stuff from Victoria's Secret last night. I do this thing where I wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and I buy like outrageous things. It's a sickness. I'm pretty sure that's a sickness. I need to get that checked. Are there meds for that? Like anti-shopping meds? Because if there are anti-shopping meds, I am in need. I am the neediest. This is really interesting. There's like goop in it, but like good goop. I can hang. I can. You do you. You do you. S'mores. I have any kind of hoarding problem. It's a clothes and trinket hoarding problem. And cameras. I love cameras. I have so many vintage cameras. Ugh. I have too many cameras. One day I'm gonna have to like show y'all my camera collection and go through all the cameras because I don't know, they're fun. Don't you like old cameras? Who doesn't like old cameras? They look freaking cool. I'm thinking like when I get married one day, I can put them as like decoration, but then I'm scared that the guests are gonna steal them. I saw these Cajuns. Oh, can we take home the centerpieces? No! Paid $80 per centerpiece. You're not taking nothing home. Probably steal the bouquet back. Like, when I throw it, I'll probably be like, can I have that back? I mean, we can take a picture together with you holding it, like you caught it, but can I like have it back? I don't really. I'm gonna sell it on like Craigslist for other wedding people, so if you could just give that back, I appreciate it. I really like talking to you guys. I really do. Is that weird? Like y'all are, go. That girl just flicked me off. Dude, the light is already freaking yellow. When it comes to that light, you need to go. You can't just sit there and play tic-tac-toe. You need to get your butt moving. You can't just stare at the pretty birds all day. It doesn't work like that, boo-boo. Yeah, you turn. You go ahead, you turn. I can't believe I just got flicked off. How offensive. I was just telling you to go because freaking left turn light, literally, I mean that in literally like dictionary term, lasts 4 seconds. And if you don't go, no one else can go. Playing that game this morning, I am not back. I love you guys. I'm gonna be right back. I love you guys. I love you right back. I love you guys. I'm back. Sorry, that's weird. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Big girl need to breathe though. Oh gosh. I swear, it's like I walk a freaking second and I'm huffing and I'm puffing and I'm blowing the house down. Gosh, little guy. Okay. People on bikes make me nervous. I definitely commend them for using a bike though. If I could ride a bike everywhere I go, in a heartbeat. In a freaking heartbeat. I'd be skinny. I'd save on gas money. But all the places that I have to go are way too far away for me to ride my bike. I need to get a bike. The reason I stayed I was chunky for a little while when I was younger, but the reason I stayed kind of slim once I got in middle school was I used to ride my bike. I rode my bike every single day, all around the neighborhood, like just round and round and round and round. And I used to go for walks with my friends, and I used to go running with my friends. Like, I was so active. Like, I just had stuff to do that Actually, I didn't have anything to do because I was a young one. And I could go walking. And I didn't care about my studies. So instead of studying, I just go walk around the neighborhood. And, yeah, I don't want to get in a wreck. So I would just walk around my neighborhood a billion times with my friends. And doing hood rat stuff with my friends. And I stayed small. And the worst part was like, people in my life would tell me that I was thick. They'd tell me I was fat. When in reality, I was pretty small. I was like size 10, which granted is not tiny by any means, but it's healthy. I was healthy. I walked around a lot. Sure, I didn't eat the best, but I was a healthy girl, and I might have had a little bit of extra meat in my thighs, but that's just how I was shaped. I've always been a pear-shaped girl, and I would get made fun of so much for being chubby. And now when I look at pictures of myself, like at that age, oh, how I would kill for that body. I would kill for that body. So, all you youngins who feel like you are too fat or too chubby and everyone's telling you that you're too chubby or too fat, get out of town. Because I felt so self-conscious for so many years when I was totally fine. Fine. And you know what? I thought it was suspicious. Because if I was as fat as people were telling me, people who were close to me, if I was as fat as people were telling me, how was I getting all these, how did I get all these guys asking me out on dates? Like, I literally had a guy a week asking me out on a date. And I just thought I was like the ugliest thing in the world. I thought I was like that bruised avocado. I don't know if avocado is bruised, but I was like that bruised avocado sitting over there. Like, who wanted that thing? Like, it's all mushy and gross and smells funny. Yeah. Back at my old pictures, I'm like, wow. I was freaking cute. I was a catch back in the day. Like, you don't even know. So, it goes to show you girls, if you feel like, oh, I'm so fat, or like, oh my god, I'm so huge, and you are under 180 pounds, or even 100, 200 pounds, girl, you are fine. I mean, if you're over 100 pounds, you are fine. But I just don't want girls to take advantage of their good years. I spent my good years, like, freaking out about my weight, freaking out about boys who didn't like me because of my weight, when in reality, I was super adorable and had a lot of different guys who wanted me that I turned down because I wanted someone else who didn't want me back. So girls, give those guys a chance, because quite honestly, when you get older, it's stupid to want the guys who just keep rejecting you. It's self-inflicting wounds. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Find someone that wants you. Give it a try. Try to make yourself love them back. And if it doesn't work, girl, you young, move on. Let me say, give guys a chance, because they'll surprise you. You might find the love of your life in a guy that you had no feelings for in the beginning. I'm not saying, like, sleep with everyone. That's probably not the best idea. But I'm just saying, give those weird guys a chance. Because those weird guys are going to be the ones who make you laugh and who make you want to be yourself, because you don't feel any shame. And that's what I have with my boyfriend. He's so nerdy and lame and sweet and amazing and loves me unconditionally. And I was searching for guys who were totally out of reach. Like, they didn't want me. And I had this notion that I could change their minds. But in reality, why would you want to, like, want someone, I don't know. If someone is so dead set on, like, no, I don't date girls like you. And it's like, fine. You don't want to be open to me? Fine then, bye. Like, okay, move on. That's why, like, these little girls in high school who are like, oh, but my crush, I have a crush, and I don't know if he likes me, but I really like him. I mean, go up to him and be like, hey, you want to hang out sometime? Like, or go on, like, lunch or recess and, like, talk to the friends around him or make friends with people next to him. And then once you get to, like, know him, be like, hey, I kind of like you. Do you want to, like, go out sometime? And if he says no, then, like, bye. Okay. Dream shattered. Ow. Little heart hurt. But you also have to accept that every guy's not going to be a yes guy. Usually it's not worth your time. It just really is not worth your time to chase someone who isn't showing any interest in you. You're pushing back all the other guys in life that could really make a difference, even if you don't date them for the long run. If you date a really nice guy and he's sweet to you and you fall in love with him, and then y'all break up, you know that you deserve that. You deserve better than what you thought you did. Sorry, that was a bumpy road. I'm going on a tangent. Let's stop here. Because I noticed my vlogs are getting really long. Not my vlogs. Well, they're vlogs, I guess. My rants are getting really long, and I know some of you guys cannot sit down for 30 minutes and listen to my ranting as interesting as it might be. I don't know. It's fun. I'm starting to really enjoy talking to the camera and talking to you guys and hearing people's input. Aww. Short story. I know, why do I keep getting so gloomy? Like, my last vlog was just nothing but gloomy depression, but that's because it was raining. Like, raining either makes me really tired or kind of depressed. So, and that day, it chose the latter. But there's this house next to a road, and a little girl was sleeping in her bed, and a drunk driver ran off the road and into her bedroom and killed her. And they just knocked down the house. I think they were working on the house, like, to fix it, but it looks like they just completely demolished the house. And there's, like, a big picture of her on the outside, and, like, balloons and flowers and stuff, and there's a huge sign that says don't drink and drive, and then an arrow pointing to the house. It's just it's really sad. I do not condone drunk driving at all, by any means, at all. Like, sleep in the freaking field, I really don't care. Don't put others' lives in danger because you need to get home. Call someone, call anybody. Call me! Hey, call me! What am I doing on a weekend? Like, playing Sims? So, just, like, call me, and I'll just come pick you up, and I'll film it, because drunk people are hilarious. Anyway, like I was saying, maybe I should stop talking after I talk about how I shouldn't be keeping you guys for, like, 30 whole minutes. So, now that I'm gonna stop being really weird and creepy, thank you guys so much for watching. I have so much fun making these stupid rants, and I have so much fun editing them, as you can tell. Not already, please subscribe to me. I love new subscribers. They are like my lifeblood. And hey, comment what you think. Maybe even suggest more things you want me to rant about. Like, someone told me Baltimore Riots, and I went for it for like 3 minutes. So, enjoyed this. I know they're super silly and super random, but you're gonna get many, many more road rants every week, except when it's raining really bad. So, I love you guys, and definitely like this video. And remember, tell me about your crazy, like, bossy, bully people in the comments. I want to know. I just want to know. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I'm going to see you guys next week. Bye!
maybe then I'll let you try and rock my body right. Even if I was wrong, you know I'm